This is Business Insights. I'm David Matthews. The Travelers Institute, the public policy division of the Travelers Companies, is hosting a nationwide series for business owners with its Small Business Big Opportunity Symposium. The symposium series will focus on cybersecurity and other challenges facing small business owners. Jessica Legnos, Executive Director of the Travelers Institute, joins us now to discuss. Jessica, thanks for being with us today.
Hi, David. Thank you so much for having me.
Jessica, can you tell us about Travelers Institute? What is its mission and how does it work with the larger Travelers company?
Sure. Well, the Travelers Institute is the public policy and educational arm of Travelers Insurance. Travelers is a property casualty insurance company. We have 30,000 employees here in the United States and across the country. And the Travelers Institute is really a vehicle for the company to leverage our expertise in risk management and also our thought leadership. It's a way for us, a vehicle for us really, to engage in some of the important public policy conversations happening across the country, whether it's of interest to the insurance industry or the financial service industry more broadly.
And now the Travelers Institute launched Small Business Big Opportunity Symposiums in 2011. What was the impetus behind starting this series?
Sure. Well, we launched Small Business Big Opportunity. It really started with a white paper that we published in 2010. Travelers is one of the largest insurers of small business in the country, so it's something that's near and dear to our hearts, an area where we have a lot of expertise. As you can imagine, our businesses see day in and day out the types of challenges that small business face, so we really thought that we had a lot to add to the conversation there. So in 2010, we did a national survey and published a white paper on some of the challenges that small business face, and we got some really good traction from it. So in 2011, we decided to take this on the road and to reach even more small business owners with some solutions to some of the challenges that they were facing. And we launched Small Business Big Opportunity. And really, the National Symposium Series is an opportunity for us to leverage Travelers' expertise in risk management and help share that with the broader small business community, but also to convene small business thought leaders, policymakers, government officials, and others who are leading the way in the small business community in terms of solutions to their challenges and issues that they're facing. So we host free lunchtime symposia for small business owners to come to network with others in their community, with their public policymakers and government officials, and to hopefully find some solutions. We've been talking about issues, as you mentioned at the top, about cybersecurity, regulation, access to capital, business continuity planning, other issues that small business owners face day in and day out. And the focus really is on practical takeaways.
So what has Travelers Institute learned since starting this series, and what have the small business owners been telling you about their challenges?
So the small business owners, they really take away quite a few things, but I think one of the biggest lessons that we've learned through this series, especially over the last few years, given recent headlines, has been cybersecurity has been one of the biggest issues that we've seen appetite for in the small business community. So we host these events from coast to coast, as I mentioned. We've been in Boston and LA and everywhere in between. And we've invited small business owners to come and ask their questions. And I can tell you that at most of our events, we have people raising their hand in the audience. And one of their most common questions is my data safe in the cloud? So it's been widely reported that 60% of attacks of cyber attacks happen to small and medium-sized businesses. And part of that is because simply they don't have some of the defenses that larger organizations have. So we've been really using Small Business Big Opportunity as a platform to help raise the level of awareness about some of these vulnerabilities and why the small business community should really take this into consideration and to make it a part of their planning efforts, just as they would accounting or finance or any of the other business functions. So one of the things that we've done along the cybersecurity lines has been to engage the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And for the past year now, for our past 8 or 9 events, the Department of Homeland Security has joined us and talked about some of the free government resources that they share with small business owners that, frankly, they just may not know is available to them. So it is one example. We were recently in Riverside, California earlier this year, And DHS had on the screen a number of websites that offer free tools that small businesses can utilize to assess their own cyber hygiene and practical tips that they can put into place that week for their small businesses. And you'd be amazed to see the number of smartphones that went up when we put that slide on the screen. And you could really see everyone, snapping that picture to save it for later, so that when they did go back to their business later that day, they could look up the resources and really put a plan in place. So that's been a big challenge, and I'd say something that small business owners have been taking away from this series, and that we'll continue to focus on in the future for sure.
So you recently held the Symposium in St. Louis. That was your 23rd, I believe, Small Business Big Opportunity Symposium. And so where do you go next, and what other events does Travelers Institute hold?
So we are proud to be continuing Small Business Big Opportunity into 2016, and some of the places that we have in store will be Phoenix, Arizona, Nashville, Tennessee. We might be going back to Los Angeles and potentially Connecticut as well. And so we're excited to be convening the small business community in those places. And then in addition to the small business advocacy component that we also have a number of other initiatives. So one of those that will be coming up is our Insurance Essentials Your Questions Answered event series. And just like it sounds, it's really an opportunity for travelers to be proactive in the community and to help people understand what's in their insurance policies. With some of the extreme weather that we've been seeing across the country, people understandably want help understanding what's in their insurance policies, and we're really giving folks an opportunity to do that. So we've been partnering with your local independent insurance agent, which are a great resource for the community members to understand their insurance needs and to talk through insurance products. So we've been hosting these events, gathering people for these free series where you can come and ask your toughest insurance question, but maybe even more importantly, your most basic ones. And those events, as well as the Small Business Big Opportunity events, are on our website at travelersinstitute.org.
Well, Jessica, it sounds like you're leveraging all the assets and resources of the Travelers Company in a very positive and helpful way for the small businesses. I think it's great what you're doing there. Thank you very much for taking time to help us understand really what you're doing and how you're applying that. And we appreciate you spending this time and giving us this insight.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Thank you for being here. This is Business Insights. I'm David Matthews. Goodbye.